right, let's get started on 6.1 homework setup. And this is about ratios, rates, and dimensional analysis. So it's pretty easy. So let's start with question number 1. It says 56 pencils out of 64 erasers. And it wants you to write it as a fraction in the simplest form. So when you write something as a fraction, you're not going to have any words. You're just going to write it and then simplify it. And it wants it in fractional form. So it's 56 pencils out of 64 erasers, and you're going to simplify that. How you decide to simplify it is up to you. We always have the cake method to help us to simplify things. So you can look at 56 and 64 and divide or figure out what is the biggest number you can think of that goes into that. 8 is, so you can go 7 and 8. So 7 eighths, and you're done. That's all you need to do for 1, 3, 5, and 7. Actually, when you get to question 5 and 7, you are going to need to convert that from pounds. It's in pounds and ounces. And remember, it always has to be in the same units. So you'll definitely need your conversion chart to find that there are 16 ounces in a pound. So a question like number 5, where it's 6 pounds to 256 ounces, like that, you have to remember there's 16 ounces equals 1 pound. If you don't know that, you can look in your math book to find that. You can actually Google search it, whatever you need to do to find that information out. So if it's 16 ounces for every 1 pound and I have 6 pounds, well, I'm just going to multiply 6 times 16 because I have I have 6 of the 16 ounces. So I'm going to have 576 ounces to 256 ounces. Of course, that's not simplified. So you're going to have to find out what goes into those two numbers and then simplify it into a fractional form, okay? So if you need to cake it, you'll want to cake it, okay? That's how you're going to do all the way up to question number 7. So these are the only two that you need to convert. The other two you just write and simplify. Then we get to questions 9, 11, 13, and 15. 9 is you're looking for unit rate and you're rounding to the nearest tenth. Make sure you read the directions. When you want to find the unit rate of something, that means you want to find out how much for 1. So I'm going to do dollars for 60 over cans, which is 5 cans. I want to know the cost of 1. So I just need to know what is $4.60 divided by 5. And I'm going to find out that it's 92 cents per can. So remember, what is most important in this chapter is our proper labeling. So things like rates have units or taglines put on them, as opposed to ratios. They're just fractions with no tagline and no words, okay? So that's how you're going to do 9, 11, 13, and 15. You're just going to find out for 1. Then we get down all the way to 17, and this is our dimensional analysis. So remember how I said to set it up. You start like this, and you set up about 3 of them. You may need 2, you may need 3, you may need 4, but the bottom line is you're trying to get from 18, I should write it right there. I'm trying to get from 18 meters per minute to something centimeters per second. So you can see I'm going to have a double conversion right here. So I'm going to have to go from meters to centimeters because it doesn't make sense for us to go from meters to seconds. You don't go from a unit to a time. So I'm going from meters to centimeters. That's my first conversion. And then my second conversion is going from minutes to seconds, like that. So remember, what is given is your first ratio. So I'm going to write 18 meters over 1 minute, okay? Then I'm going to look and do my meters to centimeters first. If meters is in the numerator, I'm going to put it down here in the denominator so I can cross it out. And I'm trying to go to centimeters, so centimeters goes on the top. I'm going from minutes right here. Minutes is in the denominator, so I need to put it in the numerator in order to cancel that word, because I want to be left with seconds right there. So then you go to your conversion chart and you find out that there's 100 centimeters for every 1 meter. And then there's 60 seconds in 1 minute, okay? Both of these are from a conversion chart. This fraction right here, or ratio I should say, was given. It was the first thing given. Now I can do some canceling on this. So I'm gonna look at this and go, all right, I'm gonna cancel, I think I'll do it in the pink so you can see that's my first conversion. I'm gonna cancel the meter and meter, and I'm left with centimeters, and that's what I wanted. And then I'm gonna take the blue and I'm gonna cancel minutes and minutes so that I'm left with the seconds. I can only cancel them when they're in their different positions, which they are, denominator, numerator. Now, all I have to do is my multiplication, because I'm left with centimeters and seconds, which is what I want. And I'm gonna go 18 times 100 is 1800 divided by 1 times 1 times 60, like that. You grab your calculator and you're gonna do 1800 divided by 60, enter, 30. So it's equal to 30 centimeters per second. Can you see that over there? So 30 centimeters per second, which is what we wanted to end with, okay? So you're setting up your essential conversion chart, your T-chart, whatever you want to call it, in order to do it. So that's how you're going to do 17, 19, 21, and 23. Good luck.